So the captain of the Richonne ship has once again taken the wheel. Andrew Lincoln has had a couple of quotes this past week, including an interview with comicbook.com stating that he believes that during the hiatus, all Rick and Michonne be working on is towards producing a Richonne Jr. And also on Talking Dead last week, when a fan called in to ask Andy a question. Question was, would Rick have done the same thing had Negan killed Michonne instead of Glenn? And he said, no. Which, I mean, isn't surprising. It's just, really great to hear that. I mean, and Andrew has always been Team Richonne before, way before season 6. He's been pro Richonne since probably the beginning. I don't know. There's no shortage of footage of that on the internet or interviews suggesting that otherwise. But this was just in case you missed it, Richonne news.
Just to play devil's advocate on that, I kind of think it's a little messed up that, his biological kid was, not enough to have Negan want to be killed, but if Michonne died, that would be.
Wait, but Negan didn't kill Carl, so that has nothing to do with nothing.
Well, I know, but I'm talking about Carl's wishes, though.
He said, first of all, he said, one, why would I be listening to a dead kid at that point? That was Andy's words.
Funny.
But two, let's keep it real. If Carl had witnessed Negan murder Michonne like that, do you think Carl would have said that about Negan? I don't think so.
Probably not.
I don't even think that would have. I think a lot of the things that Carl had said would have come about, but it wouldn't have been about sparing Negan at that point. And no disrespect to Glenn, but if you're talking about, there's family, and then there's, immediate family, which Michonne is. So will Rick or Carl felt the same had that been Michonne instead of Glenn? Absolutely not. That's just such a ridiculous comparison. Glenn was his really great friend, and Michonne's his basically wife. So I mean,
I would actually put probably Glenn and Morgan and Michonne all in the same category, because they're all people who saved his life at one point. Because remember,
Michonne's still above them, though.
No, I know, but I'm just saying in terms of their importance level. I would even put them above Daryl, but I could be biased because I hate Daryl now.
Well, no, I mean, as far as Rick's concerned, not knowing about Daryl's betrayal right now, I feel like Morgan and Daryl would be equivalent for Rick. Glenn too. Michonne, she's up over here. I think that I mean, it not only that she's his woman, but also there's probably a bias, female aspect to that as well. Seeing a woman being like that would have been just horrifying.
Yeah, that would have been way worse.
But also, I think that probably would have broken Rick's thing if it had been her. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, that would have been pretty bad. Andy was a great guest on Talking Dead.
He's always great.
There was this other moment where a fan trolled him that was pretty funny, and he handled it with grace. This fan came up to ask a question.
Oh, the shade.
Dude, it was so funny. She came up to ask a question, and she was like, what was it like putting on the old Sheriff Rook uniform from season 1? And he's like, yada yada, it was cool, it was kind of tight, I had to get a shave. And then she interrupts him in the middle of his sentence and goes, it dyed the hair too, right?
Oh, and the dye job.
and he just was picked up a pencil and threw it at her.
It's so well, he didn't throw it at he threw it down. He threw it but he didn't throw it at her.
Chris Hardwick almost died laughing. I've never seen him double over more aggressively. It was so funny.
That was so shady. I was like, was that really I mean, it was funny, but it was so shady.
I thought it was really funny. I mean, look, that was...
And honestly, they didn't cut his hair that much. It looked about the same length. It just looked like they just shaved him.
I think they just shaved him and put more powder on his face or whatever to maybe cover up some wrinkles.
They didn't even have to do that because it was mostly just the back of him. They didn't even really show the front because they didn't want to show the little kid looking not like Chandler Riggs.
Yeah. I was actually wondering if they were. I'm glad they didn't like try to CGI Chandler or something.
No offense, but they've been kind of cheap with the CGI, so there's no way they would have CGI the whole face.
Yeah.
But that would have been really cool if they had done it in a convincing way, which they weren't going to pay for. But if they had, I probably would have cried. I probably would have cried a little bit because just that's so.
That was an emotional scene. I liked that scene. I thought it was well done. Anything else?
Just that, Andy has an infinite amount of invites to the barbecue. He don't have to bring anything. We love him. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Nope.
You in the comments, let him know.
Not even close.
I'll tell you afterwards.
On that note, if you guys like our content, make sure to subscribe right up here in the corner, or like the page on Facebook if you're watching this on Facebook. Also, follow all of our social channels right here below. And check out the blog, thelivingrishon.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.